Alright guys, in today's video we have two different things we're going to be talking about. The first has to do with fake leaks and rumors and how we are no longer going to be talking about them here on the channel. I do want to emphasize the word fake there. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about the PlayStation 2 and how today it has turned 20 years old, which is pretty crazy to think about. And so I just wanted to take a few moments to acknowledge that and talk a little bit about my history with the PlayStation 2. And I'm hoping to hear from you guys as well some of your best memories with the PlayStation 2 now that it's 20 years old. So if you could do me a favor and leave the video a like if you think you're going to enjoy it, or if you appreciate the content, it really helps it out. And make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. But the first thing we're going to talk about here is the fake leaks and rumors. I have spent so much time here on the channel in the past couple of months talking about the PlayStation 5, and it's not talking about the PlayStation 5 itself that I think has become the problem, obviously. I think the problem is that it's always leaks, it's always rumors, and that's because Sony is continuing to be silent, and that's okay. Sony, they have their plan in place, and they're going to talk about the PS5 when they're ready to do so. And so I've been getting a little bit of pushback here, understandably so, because if I'm being brutally honest right now, I'm kind of tired of it myself. Not waiting for the PlayStation 5, because there's plenty to do and talk about when it comes to the realm of PlayStation in general, but I'm tired of the leaks myself. I'm tired of the rumors. I'm tired of trying to keep track of everything that just ends up being wrong and false at the end of the day. And I realize that I've kind of made myself look a little bit dumb out here because I'm making it seem like I'm just believing everything, and it's gotten to a point where I can only say take it with a grain of salt, or don't immediately believe this. I can only say that so many times until it's kind of just like, when is it going to stop? And I understand that. And listen, here's the thing that I want to emphasize here. I know that there are a lot of you who do like to keep up to date with all the leaks and all the rumors, but it's going to have to stop here in the channel. Honestly, I can't keep up with everything, but what I'm going to be doing going forward is there's going to be a new standard. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm never going to cover a leak or another rumor ever again on this channel. That's ridiculous. Obviously, that's that is going to happen, but the standard is going to change. I'm not going to be talking about people on these forums anymore. I'm not going to be referencing supposed insiders anymore. I'm not going to be bringing up claims that some random person made without giving any type of evidence whatsoever. I'm just not doing that anymore. Because at this point, it's proven that most of these supposed insiders, they're not insiders. And if they are, they're not willing to reveal their sources, and therefore we still are left in the dark. So what I'm going to do is, if there is a leak where it's actually coming from a truly credible source, and if there's actual proof, solid evidence. For example, for as upset as people got yesterday for me covering that rumor about Remedy Games and a possible PlayStation exclusive, there was compelling evidence there to point to something. Now, obviously, there's still speculation that has to be done, but this isn't just coming from a random person on a forum like NeoGAF or Reddit, or somebody randomly tweeting out that, oh, by the way, Remedy is making an exclusive game for PlayStation. It wasn't something like that. And that's the kind of stuff that we're just not going to do anymore. Unless it's, like I said, somebody actually credible who can provide some proof, or if there's just enough evidence in general to really present something that's compelling, then we'll talk about it. This does not mean I'm not going to continue to talk about the PlayStation 5, because I will, but it's going to be different conversations. It's not going to be just focused on the specs. It's not going to be focused on the leaks and the rumors. We'll have some different conversations about the PlayStation 5 that we honestly haven't had recently, or even at all up until this point. And I just want to talk about this and address this because the well has run dry here. Not in terms of, oh, I've run out of leaks to talk about. Obviously, that's not going to happen. There's always going to be somebody coming up with something. What I'm saying is I think it's understandable, and I think most of you were understanding that we talked about most of the big leaks and the rumors that were going on in January because we all expected something in February. Then we went into February. The PS5 hype train was in full force. And then throughout February, I think it was also mostly justifiable because a lot of us were still holding out hope that maybe some of this stuff could turn out to be true. and then February came and passed, and it was just nothing. And now we're in March, and it's not, again, a bad thing that Sony doesn't want to talk about it yet. They're going to talk about it when they're ready. But the truth of the matter is, it's just gotten to a point where I have to back off a little bit and realize that, you know what, there's other things to talk about. For example, this is not the only video that I'm putting out today. I'm going to have a second video where I talk about my thoughts on the Final Fantasy VII demo, because I did play it, and I think you guys are going to be pretty interested in what I have to say about that as somebody who's literally never played a Final Fantasy game in my life, and so that'll be my first experience with it. But I understand that people are just frankly getting tired, and this is where I feel, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I feel a little bit relieved because, when I put out a lot of these videos and a lot of them do really well, what that tells me is that there's a large audience that wants me to continue doing that. And while I don't mind, it does get a little bit redundant. Like, I do get tired of going on the forums and looking at these individuals who are making these claims, and a part of me does feel kind of guilty where it's like, we're talking about this stuff, but in reality it's like, this is completely hit or miss. But, I think that time has come and passed. At this point, going forward, we're only going to cover any leaks or any rumors that seriously have something backing them up. It has to have a backbone of some sort. Because if we're just going off of some random thing that some random person said in some random forum, I just can't do it anymore. Not only are you guys getting fed up with it, but it is, it does become a little bit tiring. And as I said, there's a bunch of other stuff that will be going on that I would like to talk about, and I just hope that you guys can show your support for that as well. Like, I would like to talk more about some games that are coming up, and some info on upcoming games that we're all looking forward to, and I hope you guys can show your support on that. But yeah, I just thought it was really important for me to make this video and address that. But to finish off this video before it ends up getting too long, because I am rambling here, today marks the 20th anniversary of the PlayStation 2. It has been 20 years since it released on March 4th, 2000 in Japan. And again, I want you guys to leave your thoughts, not your thoughts, but let me know your best memories with the PlayStation 2. What are some of the first games you played? What are some of the best games you played? And just how do you look back at the PlayStation 2 generation? Because when I look back on it, I realized that I actually played a ton on the PlayStation 2. It was like my main console for many years, and some of my greatest, if not my greatest, gaming memories were actually, they happened with the PlayStation 2. For example, I think to the ending of Metal Gear Solid 2 and the ending of Metal Gear Solid 3, and they really stand out to me as like some of the best moments in gaming I've ever had. I remember playing, Grand Theft Auto Vice City and San Andreas and many other games as well that I just can't think of off the top of my head. But I really enjoyed the PlayStation 2. It was a phenomenal console, and it's the best-selling console of all time. Sony going forward, and they have been just competing with themselves here. It's going to be interesting to see if any console can ever surpass that 158 million units that the PS2 managed to sell. So I just wanted to acknowledge that here at the end. Very special date for PlayStation fans and anybody who ever spent any time with the PlayStation 2. I'm sure you guys have some very interesting memories, and I'm going to be very interested to see what you have to say. So be sure to leave it down in the comments below, and let me know your thoughts about what we talked about here regarding the fake leaks and rumors. Be sure to leave the video a like if you did enjoy it, or if you're happy to hear this news and you're looking forward to the new content going forward. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.